Alright, so this is Here Comes the Sun by the Beatles. This is in standard tuning, but you're going to need to put a capo on the 7th fret to play it in A. If you don't have a capo, you can do everything down here. You would change the key of the song, but it's the same exact thing. That's all capos do anyways. So if I were to play a D major chord down here, if you just imagine playing the D major, you're just going to do everything the same up here. Only now, since that's an A note, and that's an A note, that's the 7th fret on the D string, 10th fret on the B string. Those are both A notes. So now I've got an A chord. And the whole song, you almost never pick up your ring finger from that position. He's going to play a G chord, but he doesn't play the bottom string. So if you leave your ring finger on the 10th fret on the B string and just play the 10th fret on the 6th string, 9th fret on the 5th string, that's like a version of a G chord. And then the only other chord he plays in the whole song is like this E7 thing. So if you put your middle finger on the 5th fret of the A string, your index finger on the 1st fret of the G string, leave your ring finger right there on the 10th fret on the B string still, and then you've got the E7 chord. And it's not really an E7, I'm not sure what it would be there. B7. Okay? So as you do this, you're basically just going to be picking up your middle finger up and down with the right rhythm. He switches chords every now and then, but most of the whole song is all of this hand back here playing the rhythm of the song. So remember that you got the 10th fret on the B string there, and the open 7th fret, the open fret of the D string. Those are your A notes. So you're going to play those basically the whole song. Alright, so I'm just going to start off. The way I do this is with a flat pick. He does it finger style, and he plays kind of the bass note along with it, but I don't do it that way. I just play it with a pick. So just pay attention to this hand. All I'm doing is picking up that finger and putting it down there. That chord, I guess I didn't show you that one. That's it's just the A7 chord, and you can play the A string with that one to give it a little bit more depth in it. That's just it would be the 9th fret on the 2nd and 4th strings, the B and the D strings, and you're just playing the others open. And I just play it, take the whole thing off, and you're just gonna kind of put your pinky down on that A note on the 10th fret again. Okay, so I'll play that whole thing again. Then this is just the 2nd fret here, open, A note right there on the B string, and to the A7 chord there. Okay, technically that's a E7. Alright, do that all over again. I'm going to play it real slow for you. That's kind of the next part, I guess. So I would learn that whole first piece before you ever move to this next part. But this is where you start singing "Here Comes the Sun." And notice I'm just doing a bunch of downstrokes back here to get that kind of melody for it. This is where he hits that E7 chord and he just strums it down 3 times. And back to the D major version. Okay, and I just pick it up once. Land on that A note. Alright, now this next little lick, I start off with my ring finger on the 9th fret on the G string, and you're going to slide that up to the 11th fret on the G string. Put your middle finger down on the A note, I've been referring to the root note, which is the 10th fret on the B string again, and you're going to play the bottom string open. So all together it sounds like this. Then you're going to take it back to the 9th fret on the G string, and it's open on the G string. Back to the 9th fret. Then when you do this one open, you come right back to the B string and then go 10, 9, open, 9 on the G string, and then the open 7th fret, the open D string. Okay, so I'm going to do that again and just kind of pay attention. I'll go slow. That's just really easy to do. And you don't have to use those fingers, by the way, for that A7. You can use your first two fingers and then use your ring finger to go back to the 10th fret. I don't know why I do it that way. That's the way I've always played A7. Okay. And he does that a couple of times. You know, right at the beginning, you just have to kind of listen to the song. He kind of skips that part the first time. He just goes right into the next part, and then he plays that the second time, and then after that he kind of just stops on it. Okay, and when he does that, he's going into that little interlude part. So I'm going to start on the A string for that. I'm going to go open to the 10th fret, okay, and then I'm going to come down a string to the D string, play that 9, 10, and I'm going to hold that note, okay. So it's open 10, 9, 10, and you're going to hold that one and you're just going to start going down. So I'm going to form this sort of F major version of the chord, which I'm just going to have my ring finger on the 10th fret D string, middle finger on the 9th fret of the G string, first finger on the 8th fret of the B string, and you're not going to play that bottom one. He's going to go from that to sort of a C major chord. So if you just take these two fingers, pick them up, leave this one alone, and just move them both up a string. So now we've got 10 and 9 on the A and the D string. That's a C, and you're going to play from the A string 1, 2, 3 down. Then you're going to make that G chord, but you're not going to play this one down here, so I never even touch it. I just use these two fingers to move everything up again, basically. On the 6th string you got the 10th fret, on the 5th string you got the 9th fret, and you just go down 3. Okay, so that little piece, just the little chord part, just goes like this. Watch this hand. Okay, now watch this hand. Right there, he just takes this one that's kind of going into the next one, so he just takes this finger off, picks this middle finger up and puts it on the 9th fret on the A string. Okay, and then I add in the little plays that 6 times, okay, and just sort of, just get to where you can, operate sort of independently back here without having to just keep strumming. If you notice throughout the song, I'm using downstrokes a lot, and then I change it to alternate picking. It's whatever you're more comfortable with, but you're going to need to alternate pick some of that arpeggio stuff to make it sound right. Alright, then he just kind of goes back in, and you just really need to listen to the song. He repeats the verse twice in a row there, so you kind of have to just listen to it if you want to really play it the way that they do it. But get used to using one of these capos. These are very useful tools to use for a guitar. If you ever feel like you're playing a lot of stuff and it kind of sounds the same, use a capo and it just changes the key. Alright, have fun with that.